So we are in the balcony just outside of my kitchen, and we've decided to store some food items here because our fridge is getting kind of full. So here we go. Things like lemons, ginger, avocados, onions, yams, fennel, and carrots. You can store outside. Just make sure that they're covered so that they don't get any rain. And you can also store glass water bottles. Just make sure you don't store the plastic ones because with the sunshine there's a reaction with the plastic. And then we've also decided to store potatoes and eggs outside, so you can also do that. As you note, we're buying only Italian food items right now just to support the local growers. And here's one of my neighbors outside doing some gardening. So I guess life continues. There's just outside my window, my balcony. No other neighbors are around this morning. So I'm not sure you can see on the other side of the road there's an old man. He's mowing the lawn with the mask on. And I think he has his wife there looking on to see what he's doing. And as far as our face masks, I've put them on the clothing rack. And please note, these gauze ones, you can't reuse them. But apparently, as far as the more technical ones with the ventilators, you can reuse them, but only if maybe you used it for a supermarket run or a pharmacy run, or you went for a walk with this mask on. Otherwise, you should just throw it out and not use it again. But if you've just used it in a situation where, let's say that it's relatively clean, then you can just leave them outside in the fresh air and sunshine for about 10 to 20 hours. Make sure that no humidity gets to it, and it should disinfect itself pretty much within that period with fresh air and sunshine and no humidity. But again, please don't reuse them if you've been in any high-risk situation or if you used it for more than an hour or so. Libby just finished planting a herb garden, and here it is. So in the middle there's parsley, and that's parsley that survived from last year. So it survived the winter time, whereas we had to repot the basil on the left and the sage on the right. That way we have all the spices we need for cooking during this lockdown, because I'm not sure that we're going to be able to get plants such as these in a couple of weeks or so. So my friends, I hope you're having a good day. We're here under lockdown. I believe this is day 6. I'm kind of losing track of the days. But I think it's important that even when you're under lockdown, and if for some reason in your country and in your region there will be a lockdown, that you keep sort of a routine. It's important to get up, get out of bed, get dressed, put your makeup on or do your hair or whatever. I think it's important for humans to have a routine and little objectives during the day. It makes us feel useful, it makes us feel good. Especially now because, a lot of people are panicking, which is not a very productive emotion. I mean, to be scared is one thing, we're all scared, but to panic, it doesn't really do anything. And right now we need to be strong and we need to protect the weakest. I think this is a time to do that rather than panic and go out and buy everything in the stores so that there's no food left for anyone that comes after us. But I have to say that I'm also watching the news with a little bit of dismay, because I see what's happening in Spain and France right now, and it looks like a carbon copy of where Italy was a week ago. As well as in Canada and the US, I'm also seeing a carbon copy of where Italy was about 2 weeks or so ago. I really hope I'm wrong, but it's looking eerily similar to the situation. But anyways, that's that. On a side note, today when Libby and I went for a walk, they had a few patrol cars going around the neighborhood, even though we live in a really kind of suburban place. It's not, you know, the heart of downtown Padua. And so you wouldn't really expect that. But there were patrol cars going around, and they were yelling from the speakers to stay home, basically. So that was very strange to see that, very Orwellian to see someone telling you to stay home, to go indoors. So it was bizarre. It was completely surreal. And 60 million people are still under lockdown in Italy. 10,000 of those are quarantined, and they're watching to see whether they develop symptoms in the next coming weeks. And as far as people respecting the guidelines of the government, I see most people now have gotten with the program. Most people now, even walking down the street, I see them wearing masks. And I only see people outside when they go for walks, and they either have their dogs or they're keeping their distances. However, even though people are doing what they can, there's still, apparently they fined 8,000 people for contraventions to the new decree, and they've been fined or charged with some serious contraventions, so they will be facing some jail time coming up. And on another note, the first patient in Turin, so not patient 0, but the first patient in Turin, he's still testing positive for the coronavirus. He's a 40-year-old, and for some reason, they don't know why, he's still testing positive, even though he no longer has any symptoms, and he's been dismissed from the hospital. So they will certainly be following this patient in the coming days and weeks to see how the virus behaves over the long term. So anyways, my friends, I hope that you're going to have a good day. I hope some of this information can be of help, so that you can not only get prepared, but maybe start organizing some things around your country, your neighborhood, your province, your state, some initiatives to help other individuals that may be not so lucky as you and I, that may be not so healthy, that have other medical conditions, that maybe need some help in going grocery shopping or things like that. So I think if we all pitch in, then we'll come out of this a lot stronger later on, hopefully by the summertime, by my birthday. Anyways, my friends, I will see you later. All the best. Ciao.